Hey brats, welcome back to the channel, and today we are having a little get to know each other kind of story time. So I've had a couple people asking where did the name JayBratt come from, what is JayBratt, why do I go by JayBratt, is that my actual name? So for those of you out there who don't know, my actual name is Jeremiah Bratton.
Jeremiah Bratton!
So if any of you are out there, if you have kids, you're about to have kids, here's a small piece of advice that might make a big difference. Don't give your kid a 4-syllable long name. All of my life, people have been trying to ask me, what do you go by? What's shorter than Jeremiah? Because everyone apparently thinks Jeremiah is just a long name. And even though it's only 8 letters, it is 4 syllables long. So people are always trying to shorten it. Oftentimes I've had people try to call me Jerry. If any of you out there are named Jerry, that's a great name for other people. I just don't feel like it relates to me. And same with Jeremy. Maybe I just don't go for names that end kind of an E sound for myself. So when my brother and I were little kids, he called me JJ because Jeremiah was way too complicated for my older brother to call me when I was a little baby. And then Jay just kind of stuck. So my family calls me Jay. Some of my friends do. It's not a real common thing for a lot of people to call me Jay. It's one of those things. I mean, I don't know about you guys when you're out with your friends. I don't usually say my friends' names that much. Like, I look at them and talk. I usually know I'm talking to them. I guess if you have a big crowd of friends you're always with and you're trying to get one's attention, maybe you do. And then once I got into like the professional job world, I usually went by Jeremiah as well because, I mean, you don't usually use a lot of nicknames when you're in management and stuff. You kind of want to use your more proper name. But Jay is a name I've been called all my life. It's the shortest version of my name. It's probably the only shorter version of my name that I actually like. Some people called me Jer, which I was okay with. Yeah, I'm not going to go down the path of talking about any of my other nicknames in school because I don't want any of those to start here. So basically, Jay was my name, and then with my last name being Bratton, that was then shortened when I actually got my first email address as a kid, way back in the day. I had an AOL address, and I just needed to come up with a name for it. And back then, they told you, don't have your email be your name, which now it's like, have your email be your name because it needs to be professional when you're applying for jobs and stuff. It's just funny how times change. I saw a meme that was like, back in the 90s, everyone was like, don't ever get in the car with strangers and don't talk to people on the internet. And then here in the 2000s, we're calling people on the internet to get in their car to go places. So yeah, things really do change. So JayBratt, it's basically just a shortened version of my first and last name put together. Makes it easy that way. And then when people usually even shorten that as my gamertag and call me Jay, it's actually still a version of my name that I'm used to hearing. So it's a little bit more about myself for those of you out there who are interested. What I'd love to hear back from you in the comments is if you have a gamertag that you go by or something, where did that start? It's so funny because like I have friends that are, you know, very professional seeming people, and then I get on PlayStation, one of them, his name is like Warhammer, and I'm like, where did that come from? And he's like, well, I've had that name absolutely since I started gaming a long time ago. So it's just funny to see where these things come from and stuff. So I'd love to hear out there if you have a special name or something where you go by, where'd it come from? But thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in another reality.
Jeremiah Bratton. $50. Did 50 earlier, but now that you're saying you rounded up to 100, I've got to double down. Keep promoting the positive mental attitude. Everybody needs more positivity. Thanks, man.